What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about why do they come back after I have moved on. This happens all the damn time. This happened recently with one of my coaching students who I have an ongoing coaching plan with. We got to the point where he was like, you know what? I feel really good. And then I'm always expecting, students that say that to kind of crumble and fall after a certain amount of time. But he was really doing well. And I think like maybe 6 weeks went by and he messaged me recently and he goes, dude, I felt like I was over her. I was like, good to go. I was ready to move on. And guess what? Guess who comes back calling? And this is so common. This happened to me. This happened to me on 3 separate occasions in my life, on all of my breakups that I've ever gone through. This happened to me. When you move forward, when you really do it, when you tell your heart, when your heart and your brain and your entire being really moves on from your ex, that's the point when they're going to reach out to you. And you're always going to say to yourself, why is this happening now and not 6 months ago or 7 months ago or 2 months ago or whatever? It's always going to be when you have moved on or moved on to another point in your life, when you don't care about them coming back at all. When you don't care about them coming back at all, that's when they always return. And that's what happened with me. So why does this happen? To be honest, it's beyond anybody. It's really beyond us. There are certain things in this life that, because they're not in contact with you, right? They're not. Especially, if you do no contact, they have no contact with you. So how would they know what you're doing? So let's get that aside. They haven't talked to you. They haven't spoken to you, and they kind of just return out of nowhere. What causes that? It happens all the time. And a really, really good truth is you're going to get another chance. It happens more often than not. You're going to get another chance at some point, but you're going to have the choice to take them back or not. So what I want you guys to realize is there are certain things you have to learn and certain things you have to know and a certain place you have to get in your heart after you've done the self-development and self-improvement. When you've done that and you moved forward, it's like now you've become who your ex really wanted you to be, or who your ex wanted you to become. So if you really look at it, if you look at your past self, who you were, a couple of years ago, you're going to be like, wow, I was immature or blah, blah, blah. If you're a young buck, then you have a little bit of growing to do. Your ex knows you, or your girlfriend knows you better than you know yourself sometimes. And especially women, because they're very intuitive creatures that can see through pretty much anything. They know your potential. They know who you can be. They know how far you can go. They know how strong you are. They know how weak you are. They know everything about you. When they decide to leave you, there's something about you that turns them off. There's something about you they don't like. So when they decide to walk, when you are away from someone long enough, there's usually enough time that has gone by separating from you and her, the issues that she had with you and her. There's so much time separating that now that she almost forgets about them. She'll remember some things, but it's almost like they forget why. And then that's why they come hollering at you to see if you're the same person again. And usually when they come holler at you, you're over the relationship. Then you get to choose, like I did. Guys, I got to choose whether I wanted to go back to her or not. I chose not to because I was already dating a new girl. I wanted to go back out with somebody who didn't want to break my heart, who didn't want to go put me through those things. But those were valuable lessons, and that's the thing to remember. Those are valuable lessons that I went through to become the man that I am today. The person that I am today is because of all those breakups that I went through. And I'm with a fantastic girl now. So that's what I want you guys to take home. There is no way that you're going to go through a breakup and not learn something. You're always going to learn something about yourself, about who you were dating, about why you choose these specific women. To be quite honest with you, nobody really knows why it happens, when it happens, but it always happens when you least expect it to happen. And when they come back and they start saying hi to you and they're like, hey, I missed you, blah, blah, blah. I really want you guys to really be careful and ask yourselves, do I want this person back? Do I really want to go back there with this person? Or am I trying to just satisfy my ego? And I'm going to end it with that. Tactical Soap is the sponsor of this video. Bond is the best. It smells great. Pheromone infused soap for all the goodness. You attract all the ladies. Done.